invocation together, page 22.
Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishna. 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 Om Namo Bhagavati Sarada Devi Ashram. 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 Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishna. 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 Om Namo Bhagavati Sarada Devi Ashram. 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 Om Namo Bhagavate Ramakrishna. Om Namo Bhagavati Sarada Devi Ashram. Om Shri Ramakrishna Bhagavan ki jai. Pavan Sutta Hanuman ki jai. Shri Ambe Ambe Mata ki jai.
Om, page 40.
Vishwadhara Vinayaka. Om Vishwadhara Vinayaka. Om Vishwadhara Vinayaka. Om Vishwadhara Vinayaka.
Page 79. Krishna Mukunda Murari
Jaya Krishna Mukunda Murari.
Jaya Krishna Mukunda Murari
Jaya Krishna Mukunda Murari.
Karuna Sagar Kamala गोपीजन मन मोहन व्यापक
गोपीजना मन मोहन व्यापक
गोपीजन मन मोहन व्यापक
गोपीजना मन मोहन व्यापक
कुवलय तन नीला गोपाला
कुवलय तन लीला गोपाला
कृष्ण मुकुंद मुरारी
जय कृष्ण मुकुंद मुरारी
जय कृष्ण मुकुंद मुरारी
जय कृष्ण मुकुंद मुरारी
मुरारी
ओम श्री राम कृष्ण भगवान की जय पवन सुत हनुमान की जय श्री अम्बे अम्बे मात की जय
रामाय रामचन्द्राय रामभद्राय वेदसे रघुनाथाय नाथाय सीताय पतये नमः श्री राम जय जय राम श्री राम
जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम
श्री राम जय जय राम
श्री राम जय राम
हनुमान की जय, श्री अम्बे अम्बे मात की जय. Om Namo Narayanaya, dear sisters, brothers and loving children. So happy to see you all this lovely morning, cold but beautiful Sunday morning when we can gather together to sing God's name. Our speaker today is Mr. Nempai Raghunath, who will talk to us on Swami Abhedananda, a direct disciple of our Master, Sri Ramakrishna.
Om Aim Sarvadevi Swarupaya Shri Ramakrishnaya Namaha. Our revered Mataji, dear brothers and sisters, Om Namo Narayanaya. As a garland maker picks many flowers of different colors and creates a beautiful wreath, so Sri Ramakrishna chose his disciples from the companions of previous divine incarnations and trained them to carry his message of religious harmony in this present age. One such disciple was Swami Abhedananda, whose pre-monastic name was Kali Prasad Chandra. Much of the reading contains direct speech, as information was obtained from the autobiography of Swami Abhedananda. Kali Prasad Chandra was born on Tuesday, the 2nd of October, 1866, in North Calcutta. His father, Rasiklal Chandra, was an English teacher in the Oriental school. Rasiklal married Nayantra Devi, a gentle and spiritual girl who was 14 years old. Before Kali Prasad was born, Nayantra Devi prayed to the Divine Mother Kali for a son. When the child was born, she gave him the name Kali Prasad, being the blessing of Mother Kali. At the age of 5, the child learned the alphabet, learned the various stories of the Ramayana and the Mahabharata, and began to memorize Sanskrit verses on morality and ethics. At the age of 10, Kali Prasad was admitted to the Oriental School, a well-known high school where his father taught English. Acknowledging that one needs sound health to practice spiritual disciplines, Kali Prasad exercised daily in the neighboring gymnasium. However, when he read an article by Herbert Spencer stating that physical exercise negatively affected the brains, he stopped going to the gymnasium. He had a remarkable memory and keen power of concentration. When he was 14, he found a copy of the Bhagavad Gita in his father's study and began reading it. His father told him that the book was too difficult for him to read and took the book away. Kali Prasad later found the book, and when everybody was asleep, he would read the Bhagavad Gita by the light of an oil lamp. Kali Prasad had an extraordinary desire to learn the scriptures, but this did not quench his thirst for knowledge. He desperately searched for a spiritual teacher. In June 1884, Kali Prasad went to Dakshineshwar and met Sri Ramakrishna. He describes his first meeting with the master. From a classmate, I learned that there was a wonderful yogi whose name was Sri Ramakrishna, who lived in Rani Rasmani's temple garden in Dakshineshwar. I at once resolved to meet Sri Ramakrishna, though I had no idea where Dakshineshwar was. One Sunday, I left for Dakshineshwar by asking directions from people in the street. I reached the temple garden at 11 o'clock. When I asked about Sri Ramakrishna, a temple worker informed me that he had gone to Calcutta. I was exhausted, having walked all day, all the way barefoot in the sun, and wondered how I could ever go back to Calcutta. Just then, another young man arrived, and on inquiry, I learned that his name was Shashi. Later in the afternoon, when I expressed my intention to return to Calcutta, Shashi told me, "You should not return home without seeing the Master. Since you have come to see him with so much difficulty, it is better for you to wait and meet him." Shashi showed me around and in the evening took me to the Kali temple to attend the service. I felt tremendous peace and joy. When the Master arrived, Shashi informed me that the Master about me. When I entered the room, I told the Master that I have a desire to learn yoga. "Will you kindly teach me?" And the Master replied, "Yes, I will teach you. Rest tonight and come to me again tomorrow in the morning." The next morning, the Master was waiting to see me. The Master asked me to sit on a cot in a lotus posture. The Master then asked me to stick my tongue out, and he wrote a mantra on it and advised me to meditate on Mother Kali. I did what he said. Gradually, I lost all outer consciousness and sat in deep meditation. I felt an unspeakable joy within. I don't know how long I sat in that condition. After some time, the Master touched my chest and brought me back to outer consciousness. The Master told me to meditate every morning and evening. Meanwhile, a great commotion erupted at Kali Prasad's home when he had not returned by Sunday afternoon. His mother remembered that recently he had inquired about the temple garden in Rani Rasmani. The next morning, Rasiklal, that is Kali Prasad's father, went to Dakshineshwar and learned from Sri Ramakrishna that his son had already left for Calcutta. Rasiklal asked Sri Ramakrishna to advise his son to get married. "Your son is a great yogi," replied Sri Ramakrishna. "As he does not want to get married, what good it be to force him to marry?" Kali Prasad began to practice spiritual discipline under the Master's guidance. One day, while meditating at home, Kali Prasad saw various gods and goddesses and divine incarnations. Shri Krishna, Christ, Chaitanya, and others merge one by one into the luminous form of Sri Ramakrishna. He narrated this experience to the Master. After this vision, Kali Prasad was fully convinced that the Master was an avatar. A fascinating incident once occurred when Sri Ramakrishna and a few devotees were returning to Dakshineshwar by boat. Kali Prasad and the other devotees became very hungry. The Master asked Kali Prasad to go to a nearby shop to buy some sweetmeats. When he returned, the devotees expected the Master to distribute it amongst them. However, they were surprised to see Sri Ramakrishna joyfully eating all the sweetmeats by himself, although he knew that the others were also hungry. This amazed them, for as soon as the master's hunger was appeased, everybody felt full. They all smiled as the master continued to joke with them. This incident shows that when God is pleased, the whole world is pleased. One day, Kali Prasad's father came to Kosipo and told the master that his wife was depressed and crying bitterly for her son. He requested that the master send Kali Prasad home for a visit. Sri Ramakrishna agreed and immediately sent Kali Prasad home. My mother asked me to have supper and stay for the night, but within half an hour, I felt uncomfortable at home. Shortly thereafter, I returned to Kosipo. Sometime in the middle of January 1886, the elder Gopal wanted to distribute 12 pieces of ochre cloth and 12 rosaries to some monks. Pointing to his young disciple, the master said, "You won't find any better monks than these." Gopal offered them to the master and he himself distributed them amongst his young disciple. Thus, Sri Ramakrishna himself started his monastic order. Kali Prasad was among those who received an ochre cloth, the garb of a monk, from the master. As an ancient Indian custom, the monks, the master asked his disciples to go out and beg for food. Some people gave rice, some gave vegetables, and some gave fruit. However, some scolded them, saying, "You young fellows, are you not ashamed to beg for food disguised as beggars? Go, get yourself a job. These young men are robbers. They come to get information so they can return in the evening and rob us." Kali Prasad began to question the idea about blind faith in God. As long as I do not realize that God exists and that the Vedas are true, how can I blindly accept these things? Sri Ramakrishna knew that words were not enough to convince his disciple and began to resolve Kali Prasad's doubts and misconceptions by giving him his own experience of cosmic consciousness. One day, Narendra, who later became Swami Vivekananda, proposed to the brotherhood that they all take vows according to scriptural injunctions. In the third week of January 1887, they took final monastic vows in front of the master's picture. Narendra gave Kali Prasad the name Swami Abhedananda. In June 1896, Swami Vivekananda called on Swami Abhedananda to help him in London. Gradually, Swami Abhedananda became acquainted with the Western culture and way of life. Later, he also asked Swami Abhedananda to carry out the Vedanta work in the United States. The activities of the Vedanta Society spanned over 25 years. On the occasion of Sri Ramakrishna's centenary celebration, All India Radio in Calcutta broadcast a 5-minute talk on Sri Ramakrishna, which was compiled by Swami Abhedananda. It is the only available recorded voice of a disciple of Sri Ramakrishna, and it is the most precious verbal testimony of the Master. Swami Abhedananda had played his part in the divine drama of Sri Ramakrishna. Gradually, the great yogi made himself ready to return to his beloved Guru. Swami Abhedananda passed away on Friday, the 8th of September, 1939. The news of his death spread throughout the city, and an announcement was broadcast by All India Radio. The devotees and monks of Belur Math and other ashramas flocked to see Swami Abhedananda at the Ramakrishna Vedanta Math. His body was carried in procession and cremated at Kosipo cremation grounds. His disciple followed his last request, which was, "Make a little place for me at the feet of the Master." Swamiji's message to his disciples: tapasya enhances willpower, self-confidence. Have faith in yourself. Think, I am a child of immortal bliss. The infinite power is playing within me. If you have this conviction, you can conquer the world. Hari Om Tat Sat.
Thank you, Mr. Raghunath. Dear sisters and brothers, we will all sing together Sharanam mein aaye he hum tumhare, page 132.
शरण में आए हैं हम तुम्हारे, दया करो है दयालु भगवान। शरण में आए हैं हम तुम्हारे, दया करो है दयालु भगवान। संभाल बिगड़ी दशा हमारी, दया करो है दयालु भगवान। संभाल बिगड़ी दशा हमारी, दया करो है दयालु भगवान। ना हमें बल है ना हमें बुद्धि, ना हमें साधन ना हमें भक्ति। ना हमें बल है ना हमें बुद्धि, ना हमें साधन ना हमें भक्ति। तेरे ही दर के हैं हम भिखारी, दया करो है दयालु भगवान। शरण में आए हैं हम तुम्हारे, दया करो है दयालु भगवान। जो खिल सके ना वो फूल हम हैं, तुम्हारे चरणों की धूल हम हैं। जो खिल सके ना वो फूल हम हैं, तुम्हारे चरणों की धूल हम हैं। तुम्हारे हो गए हैं हम दुखारी, दया करो है दयालु भगवान। शरण में आए भगवान की जय। पवन सुत हनुमान की जय। श्री अम्बे अम्बे मात की जय।
माता गाते हैं नाम तुम्हारा, पेज 99। Let us meditate for a few moments, sit in silence, feel the divine presence of God seated in our hearts. To him, the God of gods, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, whose beauty made him enchantingly attractive to all, who often sang in rapturous notes songs to Mother Kali, who, in chanting, grew mad in ecstasy and was wrapped ever in divine communion, who, by his sage counsel, guided the aspirant's course, who dispelled the sorrows and heartache of all, I bow down in deep reverence. To him, the God of our gods, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, who bore witness to the mystic virtue of his lotus feet, the dispenser of peace and happiness, who augments the welfare here and in worlds beyond of his own devoted children, the surge of the proud, the fearless, who bodied himself as the teacher of the world, I bow down in deep reverence. महाराज की जय, महामाई की जय, स्वामी जी महाराज की जय, गंगा मात की जय, महावीर स्वामी जी की जय, सर्व ऋषि मुनियों की जय, पार्वती पतये हरा